I'm happy to be here with you. Richard is a good friend of ours. I want to share with all these wonderful kids sitting here. Do y'all know that television lies to you? That snake can take your life? Television never tells you that. I'm going to tell you the truth today. I brought some that could kill it. And I'm going to tell you as much about them as I know. I started when I was 7 years old. My wife, Miss Sharon, let's make her feel good. She's helping out today. Yeah. But folks, we do want you to learn about snakes. We don't want you to be afraid of them. You kids, respect them. I would say this to you, knowing what I know. If you encounter a snake outside, leave it alone. How fast does a snake strike? 200 miles an hour. You never see it coming. What you see is a snake setting up for the second strike. Never let a snake bite you, okay? Never scare a person with a snake. They will hurt you. I learned that at age 7. We had a family reunion. I grew up on a farm in upstate South Carolina. All my city cousins came out to the farm, and we were playing, having a great time. And a 6-foot king snake came out on the farm. They were hollering, "Get a rock, get a stick, hit it, kill it." No, that's a king snake. And if you kill it, my granddad will whip you. But I just know my mother wants to see it. I was wrong. Mom's in the kitchen making mashed potatoes. Now, this is back when you had to boil those potatoes. You mashed them, milk, salt, pepper, butter. You had mashed potatoes. I sneak up behind her with that big king snake. He was a beauty. Mom! When Mom turned around and saw that snake, the only thing she could think to do, cast iron skillet sitting on the stove. Thank God it had nothing hot in it. She hit me right there with it. Boom! Ah! Now I'm bleeding, big knot on my forehead. My father came in there. My mom is screaming and jumping up and down. He said, "What is going on in here?" He scared me with a snake. Oh, he did. You know, in the South we have screen doors. He didn't bother to open. He threw me through the screen door. Threw the snake on top of it. True story, but my hero was standing there for me. My grandfather. I'll never forget it. Granddad put his arm around me. He said, "Boy," I was 14 before I figured out my name wasn't Boy. He said, "Boy, you better start studying snakes. Some of them bite." Now, I submit to you, audience, you hit a child in the head today with a cast iron skillet, that's child abuse. Y'all agree with me? Back then, we called it education. Never scare a person with a snake. They will hurt you, okay? Georgia's got 46 species. 7 of them are venomous. What's the deadliest snake found in Georgia? It's also the deadliest snake found in North America. What do we call it? What do we call it? Starts with a C. Coral snake. The coral snake. Red touches yellow, kill a fella. The coral snake has the same venom as your king cobra. King cobra. All right? Keep that in the back of your mind. 8,000 to 10,000 people a year in America, hard for me to believe, are bitten by a venomous snake. More men are bitten than women. Women are smart when it comes to a snake. Snake! Run! Men, hey Charlie, hand me a stick. Out of the 8,000 to 10,000, only 8 to 10 people actually die. Most of them die. Half of those die because they panic. Don't panic when a snake bites you. 40% of the time, they don't give us any venom. Those are great odds. Don't let him hit you a second time. The snake knows the power of his venom. He's going to load you up. He's going to load you up. I got to share this with you. For 12 years, Sharon and I, some of you here might know, I think somebody mentioned Claxton. We did the rattlesnake roundup for 12 years. I did the presentation. One Sunday afternoon, we had 262 diamondbacks in the pit. And I had the microphone and I said to the audience, I said, y'all pick out the snake you want me to handle. You got to handle them all the same way. And a lady raised her hand. I said, "Yes, ma'am." She said, "I want to see you handle this one right here." I walked over there. The diamondback was 6 feet long, had a head about 5 inches across. I said, "Lady, that's the biggest one here." She said, "I heard what you said." I didn't say that anymore. It was all I could do. An absolute monster. An eastern diamondback rattlesnake. I'm going to show you one today, okay? All right, here we go. You sure? You're not scared? You sure? Here we go. Let me see you hold it. Share it with the group. Hold it up high. Give her a nice round of applause. Hold it up straight. that mean she can go outside and catch a snake? No. This is a corn snake. Used to being handled. Kids, you touch that snake outside, what's he going to do to you? He's going to bite you, and that's what he should do. Leave that snake alone. Now, here's what I want you to know, audience. Georgia has laws. The Georgia law says you have to be permitted to keep a non-venomous snake in captivity. Our permit is one of the longest tenured permits in the great state of Georgia. We are permitted, and we're permitted in 10 other states. This is what we do for a living, okay? Great job. Who else is coming up right quick? Right. There you go. Let's give him a nice round of applause. Excellent. Excellent. Right here. She wants you to come up and hold. What kind of snake did I say it was? Corn. So what do corn snakes eat? Not corn. Rats and mice. There you go. Good job. Good job. Hold him up high. There we go. There we go. There you are. Now, this is for all of you adults that wouldn't do this. Look at this little guy here. Thank you. Thanks for being here, buddy, okay? And you know what, corn snake? Favorite thing to do? Let's see. What is your favorite thing? Look at him. Don't get in my shirt. Look at him, he wants to get in my shirt. Don't get in my shirt, look at him. Well, he'll hide in your shirt. Oh, it's cold. You gotta come help get him out, come help get him out. You scared? Okay, easy, he's coming. Oh, that was scary. He's coming. Where is he? Can you get him out? You say. What do we got? Black rat snake. Here we go. Let's see how this goes. I hope it's the one that doesn't bite. That's the big one. Wow. What a great snake you are. Look at you. Black rat snake. Now, here's something I have discovered. All your non-venomous, pretty much all your non-venomous, look at the vertical lines across the mouth. Non-venomous. Got a round solid pupil. Non-venomous. And if you have a snake for a pet, they come with their own leash. Walking down the sidewalk, people get out of the way. What are you doing? I'm walking my snake. You're crazy. What's a black rat snake eat? Somebody, give me a volunteer. Volunteer. Right here. Here's my guy right here. He's coming up. Wants to hold that snake.
Wow.
There you go. Very good. Let's give him a nice round of applause. Does that mean they can go outside and catch a black rat snake? No, leave that snake alone. If you good, you need to know this. Upper jaw, 4 rows of teeth. Bottom jaw, 2 rows of teeth. The teeth are angled back toward the body. When they bite, they hang on. Don't do it, sir. I'll look at you. Don't get my nose. Look at your nose. Then we'll check. Oh, those teeth sharp. Oh, they're sharp. You all right? I got a great idea. Let's put him back in the bag. Get back in the bag. All right, here we go. Get him back. Get it, Joe. Go. Let's see a nice king snake.
Aubrey, come over here. You can see it.
You can stand on me, baby. See that?
Eastern king snake can grow to 9 feet long. You know what I think, kids? I think we ought to have a dad come up and hold the king snake. What do y'all think? Who we got? Dad volunteer. Come on, Dad. Come on.
He's grounded if he's biting.
Dad volunteer. Eastern king snake. Little snake can't kill it. All right, here we go. Let's make him feel good. Let's make him feel good. Now, does that mean he can go outside and catch a snake? No. Wait a minute, he's dead. He's dead, okay? Good job. Thanks for bringing the kids today, okay? The little guys are out there too. They're just as deadly. I'm going to show you a pygmy rattler and a juvenile timber rattler. Let's start with the pygmy rattlesnake. That little snake right there can turn your life upside down. 10 milligrams of venom. It's what we call a hemotoxic venom. It destroys your red blood cells and your body tissue. And he's got little teeny tiny rattles. Right there they are, I see them. And the teeth are just needle sharp, the fangs. Triangle head, cat's eye, I can see that. All right, now, watch your hand there, Miss Sharon. Let me get the timber rattler out. He's under the mulch. You can't see that little guy. Oh, here he is. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to show you a bigger one later on. Don't let that other one get out. Now, folks, here's what we learned last summer. Where's my friend that we was talking about the GUN blast? Right here. One of the doctors came by from the CDC last July. And he said, Miss Steve, have you heard the news? I said, what? He said, the timber rattler. I said, no, what are you talking about? I said, I know the timber rattler inside out. He said, we now know the timber rattler, boom, has both types of venom, hemotoxic and neurotoxic. That is a bad little snake right there. Look at it. Snakes can fall 60 feet and crawl away. Snakes can fall 60 feet and crawl away. I'm going to show you a big one of these guys, okay? That is a bad little dude right there. Get back in the cage, sir. Here we go, lock him up. One time for those little guys, okay? All right. Had him for a long time. Look at that. Come on out, sir. That little snake right there. Now, I want you to look at the markings. They don't change on the copperhead, even the juvenile. I see the cat's eye. I see the pointed. I see triangle head, orange tongue. That's what he does in the wild. There you are, sir. They can grow to 4 feet long. This one's about 8 years old. 60 milligrams of venom, enough to make us sick without medical attention, enough to kill us. But there is your copperhead. Now look at how his pattern changes when he gets in the wild. Look at that. Look at that. He's like, man, I'm outside, I'm in the grass. September, when you have all the leaves falling, he just gets under the leaves. You can't see this guy. He disappears. Wow. Never put your hands where you can't see, and don't step where you can't see. Never let a snake bite you. 60, 70 milligrams of venom, and it's stopping breast cancer. It's stopping breast cancer. Right there, lock him up. One time for that little guy. Yes, wow. Go anywhere, watch what the snake does to the boot. I want this one, I'll go ahead and we'll lift him out. We'll both I'll hand you this right back, okay? I want to have this one in my hand. Open him up and be careful. Water moccasin and cottonmouth, same snake. 320 milligrams of venom. Yeah, watch your hand there. This is a bad, look at this dude. This is a bad dude. You're going to strike before you ever get out of the box. Look at that, look at it. Stay behind the line. Stay behind the line. This is a nice one. Stay behind the line. Don't move.
No, hell you don't.
Don't move.
I promise you.
Now, most of you adult guys know, you see that tail vibrating. If he's in dry leaves, he sounds like a rattlesnake. 320 milligrams of venom. In most situations in the wild, will bite you 5 times before you can get out of the way. This is a bad dude. Bad dude. Don't think about going in. Look at that. If I hadn't had my foot on him, he'd be in the audience right now. Right there, sir. I want you to see something. Oh, don't do it. Right here. Look at it. Look at it. There you go. He's what? He smells those fish. He smells those fish. Look at you. If I didn't have him clamped, he would be right there. Now look at, he's had enough. He's had enough. Oh, look at the venom. Look at the venom run off the top of the boot. Look at that. Step on this guy. Not going to hurt the snake, but I sure don't want him to get in. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Easy, sir. Easy, sir. Watch it. Look at that. You are a bad dude. I got a great idea.
Just put him back in the box.
Put him back in the box. Hey. Put him back in the box. Look at this guy. Biting the stick and everything else. You're a bad dude. Look at that. Look at him. Bite. Let me get that tail. Let me get that tail. Where's that tail? Right here. Oh, get in the box. Go.